Hey guys, Fazzy back here. In today's video we have episode 28 of our Pittsburgh Penguins franchise mode here in NHL 25. And today we will be finishing off the second half of the 2031-32 regular season. And this team has very much been impressing me. I really think we have all that it takes to make a very strong run at the Stanley Cup. So I don't know, is this team going to be able to get it done? We're going to find out very soon. One move I want to make here just before we get into the sim is one contract extension. Not going to be for a guy like Kirby Dach, who likely is on his way out. We have younger guys who can replace him, but it's going to be for Owen Pickering, a guy that I want to try and keep around. He is the original draft pick of our Penguins, and he's actually come down in cost here, especially if we give him somewhat of a clause. We can probably get him for like 2.7, and later on into franchise mode, that is actually pretty cheap for defensemen. So I'll take him up to 30 years of age. Everyone else for now, I think we're fine on waiting on. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into the second half of the season. Let's start by jumping into this game here against the New Jersey Devils. Devils, a team that we have been fighting with all season. Can we pass them? Let's find out. First period, 2-0 New Jersey. Not a great way to start the game. Second period, 3-0 New Jersey. And in the third, we dropped this one by a score of 5-2. So New Jersey and us have been going back and forth all year. Obviously the team last year that did eliminate us in the playoffs, unfortunately. So who knows, it could be another matchup with them coming up. We're going to have to wait and see. So let's go switch out the goalies here and let's continue on. So Seattle Kraken up next here. Let's see if we can get our first win of today's episode and first win of the second half. And we do. Big 5-2 win. And look at that, Pickering signs that contract, love to see it. Utah Hockey Club up next. Let's see, that is going to be a 4-3 loss in regulation. As we get Blumdale back there in the AHL, he's a guy I actually probably should put back in there. He is one of our better defensive prospects, if we have any. I believe it was Ralph that we had him switched out for, so let's do that here quick. Whatever, if he gets injured again, but at least he is back in the lineup for the moment. So let's switch out the goalies while we're here, and let's continue on with the sim. The very good Toronto Maple Leafs team up next, a team we closed last episode with. It's a loss in regulation 4-1. Montreal Canadiens up next as we take on a few Canadian teams in a row. Against the Canadiens, it's a 5-4 loss in regulation. And last Canadian team of this little stretch against the Edmonton Oilers. Do beat the Oilers 3-2 in regulation. Los Angeles Kings up here next. Kings are a team just above 500, 2-1 loss in regulation. And the Colorado Avalanche up next. Again, a team just over 500. Ooh, we lose Marco Rossi. Okay, that's not good. So we're going to have to take a look at that here in a moment. We do shut out the Colorado Avalanche 4-0 though. Okay, so we lose Rossi there. So that means Cirelli's going to come up to second line center. Lucius goes to third line center and Lautner goes up, where Lehkonen goes on the fourth line wing. So we have the depth to take care of injuries like that, which is really nice, and I don't think we've had that in prior years. So let's see if this team can go through some adversity. First off, against our rival, our state rival, Philadelphia Flyers, 5-0 shutout. Amazing to see. Up next, the Calgary Flames. Before we get to that, let's go switch out the goaltending. Let's get Brian back in there, Ivan Kovac back on the bench. Let's continue things on here against Calgary, who is a very, very rough team this year. That is a 5-4 win. New York Islanders up next. Ooh, we got Nils Lundkvist on waivers. He is at this point 79-31. We have a lot of players just like that, just a little bit younger than him, so we do not need that. And look at that, Marco Rossi eligible to come back. We'll hold him out at least till the Ranger game. Looking at our stats there on the bottom right-hand corner, still second in the division, still playing good hockey. May as well jump into this game. Team that, again, we're fighting with in the New York Islanders. First period here in Long Island. 1-0 Pittsburgh. There you go. Second line center, Anthony Cirelli. 2-0 after 2, Maddox Schultz. In the third, that is a big 5-2 win for your Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, there we go. It's a big divisional win right there. As, yeah, now we should be getting, Marco Rossi back. Let's go take a look at those lines and see if we can slot him in. Still a couple of days before he can play, so even if it is still lingering, I'd be fine with getting him back in the lineup. So everyone can go back to where they were. And then Marco Rossi, 88 overall, playmaking center, can come back in there. Hopefully he is fully healed by that game against the Rangers, which he should be at that point. So continuing on against the Rangers here on the road. Second game in New York. That one is a loss in regulation. Tampa Bay Lightning up next. A very rough Tampa Bay team at this point, unfortunately. It's a loss in the shootout. We do get the 1 point. The Washington Capitals up next. Another team in a similar state as Tampa Bay. Not having a very good season with only 16 wins. Come on, these are the teams that we have to beat. That's a 5-2 loss in regulation. The Sharks, another team here below 500. Come on, let's get some of these wins. It's a 5-2 loss. And then Anaheim here before we end the back-to-back. Come on, let's get a win here. Snap the losing streak against Anaheim. That is going to be, as we lose Cirelli, that's not good. And against the Ducks, that is a 7-3 loss. Ooh, okay, that was not very good. So we gave Brian a little bit of a run of starts there, and he definitely struggled, to say the least. Definitely probably going to go back with Tiamov here as our goalie. Oh, he's already in there? What the heck? Oh, he got injured. Interesting. So yeah, 896 save, 3.19 goals against. I don't know if he is going to have much of a future in this organization, unfortunately. Continuing on against the Calgary Flames in Calgary, 3-0 shutout. I believe it was the Seattle Kraken up next. Another game on the road, definitely going through that West Coast swing. 3-2 win against the Kraken in regulation. Okay, going back to New Jersey here. Another team, big rival game. We do get Cirelli back. Gonna hold him out just for now. Up against the New Jersey Devils, a team we're right there fighting with. 6-5 win in overtime. Not the prettiest win, but we get the job done. Carolina up next, 7-3 win. Let's go switch up the lines here, switch out the goalies, and get Cirelli back in the lineup. Okay, so Lehkonen, go there. Then we'll get Anthony Cirelli back into the lineup, and we will be back to full health. And goaltenders, switch them out for now, back to back, as we approach the NHL trade deadline. And we are going to be a full-out buyer here, whatever that means. So 3-1 win against the Caps there, sitting 37-20-5. That is good for 79 points, 86 points for the Devils. But we're looking good. We're definitely looking like we're going to be a playoff lock, and we've been playing some pretty good hockey. So looking at all the stats here, Maddox Schultz above a point per game now, which is great, 64 and 62. Martone, 63 and 62. Going down the list here, Costi, 24 goals, 40 points for the 83 overall on the third line. He's been so good. Callahan, 40 points. He's definitely turned it around for sure. Lautner there, 23, still plus. Defensively, sending Blika, 37, Power, 34. And yeah, goaltending, Ivan Kovac has been very good. So yeah, like I said, we're definitely going to be buying. I want to get one guy for the bottom six forward group, and then I want to get one scratch defenseman that's going to be an upgrade to what we currently have. Okay, so let's go enter the trade deadline. Let's see who are the big names going to be available in 2031-32, and it is Sebastian Aho. Wow, at 34, Shishkin there, Sorokin, Konechny, huge names available for trade. I don't know if we go for any of them, but who knows. Let me go take a look around the NHL, and I'll see if I can find a trade that makes sense for us. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at here. So Amico and Lehkonen going to Detroit. Basically both of our scratch players, so we're not really giving anything up here that much. Amico is actually not bad. 79, high top 6, and Lehkonen had a tough start to our season, hasn't really impressed me that much. We're also going to be sending our first round pick, which will hopefully be pretty late, in exchange for Shane Pinto and Travis Sanheim. Pinto having a rough year, but he's on a bad Detroit team, 85 overall. And then Sanheim there, he is 84 overall. He's actually put up a little bit better numbers considering that team is so bad. But they're looking to sell off these players. There is no extension for either one that we have to be worried about. So let's go. Detroit, do you accept this trade? Boom, trade accepted. There are 2 rentals for the playoff run. Alright, so that was the only trade we made at the NHL trade deadline. Decent amount of activity around the NHL. Kind of show that off to you guys here. You can pause it if there's anything of interest that you find. But we are ready. We have, 20 games left or so in the NHL regular season. One more push to try and get a cup. Looking at this team, top 6 stayed the same. I ended up moving Pinto, since he is a sniper, to that third line wing, where Cirelli goes down to the fourth line center. The only reason I'm putting Cirelli there instead of Lucius is just because Lucius has that extra year on his contract. He's actually been not too bad. So now we really have the best fourth line center in hockey, and it's not even close. Defensively, I'm keeping Sandheim out of the lineup for the moment, just because I don't want to mess with any of the chemistry, anything that is currently working. He will be the first one in with any injury. And then goaltending, no change there. So one more run, 20 games, let's go and finish this season out strong. Starting things out against the Nashville Predators here in Yaroslav Askarov, and there we go, Sandin Pellikka goes down. Sandheim, you are going right into the lineup. And look at that, 2-0 shutout to start things off. The Boston Bruins up next here in Boston. First half of a back-to-back. That is another big win there, 8-5. Again, not the prettiest win, but we get the job done. Go switch out the goalies. Ivan Kovic, you are back in there, and you're going to get a decent little run here to end the season. Sandheim there, yeah, I'm totally fine with him going on that second pairing. Can get better chemistry, but it works. He's the good vet on this team. Continuing on, Columbus Blue Jackets up next. Pellikka is already back. That's good to see. That is a 6-1 win. So I'm going to hold him out one more game here before just after we finish the Capitals off. And there we go, 2-1 win against the Capitals. So let's get up to this game against Minnesota, and we get Axel Celine Pellikka back into the lineup. Definitely one of our better moves there from the offseason, getting him. That is for sure. Alright, so going to the defensive core, should be the only change here we really have to make. Travis Sandheim, you will come out. What did you do in your 3 games? 1 goal, even plus minus. That is good enough for me. So there we go, substitute back into all lines. We'll switch the goalies while we're here. And I think other than that, we're good to continue on. Minnesota Wild, very good Minnesota Wild team here. Wallsted's been insane for them. And there we go, 5-1 victory over a good Minnesota club. Switch out the goalies against Dallas, and let's continue on for a decent little chunk of simulation. Ivan Kovic back in the net, Ektiamov back on the bench. And let's see, Dallas Stars up next. Dallas, a team well below 500. That is a 5-2 victory. We've been winning a lot of hockey games here. It feels like we're on a very good win streak right now. Actually, going over to the activity feed, I see we're 10-0 there, but there we go. 12 games in a row. Let's see how long of a streak we can go. Can we get 13 against Ottawa? That is win number 13 in a row. Here we go, Philadelphia up next. In Philly, can we make it 14? Going up against the Philadelphia Flyers. Ooh, we lose William Moore. That's a big time loss right there in the top 6. We do win that game though to continue the winning streak. 9-6 there. Let's go take a look at the box score. Again, not the prettiest win, but hey, we get the 2 points. We score a ton of goals, and we come out with 2 points. So Rossi 4 points, Callahan 4 assists. Look at that, Martone. Everyone playing very, very good there. So let's go and take a look there now what the lineup is going to look like without Moore, which is very unfortunate. So I guess that means we're going to move Callahan up. That means Kosty's going up. He's getting a better chance. Cirelli can move up, and then he can go to the center position since he's obviously going to have the better draws. And goaltending, we'll switch it out while we're here. And there we go. So we're going through some adversity. Let's continue on. Let's keep the winning streak alive against Toronto, and we do. 6-2. Let's go switch out the goalies once again, and let's see how long we can get this winning streak to be. It's been a long time in franchise mode since I've had a team that's gone on this dominant of a run here. So I'm actually curious. I don't even remember what we're at now. Let's get up to this game against the Rangers and check that quick. So activity feed, let's see. So we've won our last 15. Can we make it 16 here against the New York Rangers? Divisional rival. Ooh, we lose Logan Hensler. Okay, so injury bug is coming out. But we do get win number 16. Let's go. Tampa Bay up next. Let's go see what the lines are looking like here without Logan Hensler. So we're definitely going through some adversity here. What the heck? Team strategies. Did not mean to go there. Want to go with the defense. So Sandheim, you're going to go down to the second pairing. Sandin Pellikka, you will go back up there with Owen Power. We're good to continue on. Can we make it 17 against Tampa Bay? Win number 17, 2-1 win in overtime. What is going on? As we get William Moore back, love it. So up against the Panthers, can we make it 18 wins on the road against Florida? Come on, guys. That is Logan Hensler's back. We're getting healthy. That's good. 5-1 loss there. We do end our winning streak there at 17 games. Insane. Blackhawks up next. That's a 7-5 loss. That's unfortunate. Let's see if either of those guys are good enough to get back into the lineup. It's going to scratches. Moore is, Hensler is not. So Bork can come out. We'll just get everything back to how it was here. Couple of changes. There we go. William Moore back onto that top line left wing. He's actually been very good there. I know he's natural center, but he's been very good on that top line wing. All right, so back-to-back losses. Let's see if we can turn our luck around here. Edmonton Oilers up next. Again, we're slowly getting healthy. Come on, guys. Get a big win here against Edmonton. That's a 3-1 loss in regulation. So that's 3 straight losses after 18 straight wins. This team is very odd, to say the least. So let's go switch out the defensive here. Sandheim, you're coming out. Hensler, you are going back into the lineup. That +4 back on the top pairing. Come on, let's go and get a win here against the St. Louis Blues. We need to keep up the pressure here. Come on, let's go for win number 50. Let's go. Get a point. We do lose 4-3 in the shootout. Tampa Bay up next again. Tampa, a team that has not been playing very good this year. Let's go. And we finally bounce back there with a 6-5 victory. So let's see here. Standings. We are definitely good there at top of our division. And this is our final 3-game stretch here of the season. Played 79 games already. It's crazy. All right, so all Metro teams here, starting out against the New Jersey Devils. That's a loss in overtime. At least we do get the point against them. So I believe that means that we have clinched our division. Awesome. We lose Shane Pinto now. That's not good. Against the Hurricanes, it's a 4-3 loss in regulation. So 107 points, yeah, that does clinch us top of the Metro. Let's jump into this last game here against the Isles. First period here, 2-0 Penguins. Costi gets both. Let's go. Second period, 3-1 Penguins. Moore adds one for us. Bailey for them. And in the third, Costi, look at that, with the hat trick. Owen Power gets a goal as well. So an incredible year here by the Pittsburgh Penguins and crew as we finish with a record of 51-24-7 on the year. So let's get up to the playoffs here. Let's see. Shane Pinto is back. That's good. We'll have him for the playoffs. And in round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, we will be facing the Buffalo Sabres. 42-31-9 for them on the year. Just barely squeaking in. So let's go take a look at our stats before we look at the Sabres. So our team, yeah, definitely finished first in the Metro there, 109 points. In the league, that puts us third. Okay, so just behind Toronto and Vancouver of all teams. 2 Canadian teams at the top. Looking at our individual point scoring leaders, Porter Martin with 92 leading the way, Maddox Schultz 87, Moore there was 70, it was so good. Rossi, Doc, Callahan, like 62 for him after the start he had. That is phenomenal. Let's go to split stats here. So let's see, how do I break this down? Let's go by month. So yeah, you see March, 20 points in 14 games. He was just insane there. So it's very good to see. Costi, 33 goals, 55 points. He's definitely getting more ice time next year. Yeah, Pinto, what did he do after coming over? He had in 18 games, he had 15 points. Look at that pickup for us. That worked out really good. Yeah, Lautner there, 29 as a rookie. Defensively, Power, sending Blika. 2 guys we brought in were amazing adds for us. That worked out very, very good. Sandheim stayed at an even plus-minus for us. In the net, 39, 17, and 6. 914 save, 2.56 goals against for Ivan Kovic to go along with 7 shutouts on the year. So fantastic year here from Pittsburgh. Definitely had a very good season. Let's go see what the Sabres are looking like here before we close out today's video. Alright, so Buffalo, Zach Benson, Cousins, Hellenes. Oh, look at that top 6. Everin at least 86. Going to the third line. Wow, Everin still 86. Thompson, Marchenko on the fourth line. What the heck? Steele, their lone 80. Wow, what a forward core. Darlene Schaefer on the defense. Outside of that's a little bit weaker. Wow, that is insane. And then goaltending, Levi at a 90. How did this team only get 42 wins? That's one of the best forward cores I think I've ever seen. Especially that the AI assembled. That is crazy. So that's going to be a very, very tough matchup for us there in round number 1. I think I like our team overall a little bit better, but I don't know. Anything can happen in the playoffs. We're going to have to see what happens in the next video. But overall, I think that is going to do it for today's video, going through the second half of the 2031-32 regular season, leading everything up to the Stanley Cup playoffs. But that'll do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video.